So, the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival is upon us, and oh my gosh, there are so much good content to be seen there. Listen, legitimately speaking, it's good. Like our friends at Loop, they got us access to be able to review some of the films, just some of the films. And I thought it would have been easy. I thought, well, okay, I'll just take 5 films and, these are my top 5 and yay. And when I was finished, I had 3 pages and I didn't even touch a great deal of the films. It is what I wanted TTT to... I'm sorry. Sometimes I digress a little. But we're not going to talk about TTT today. No, we're going to talk about TTFF, the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival, which is running from the 18th of September to the 25th of September, which means that you should go and see good stuff. Here now are my top picks. These are my Weird Tracy picks for Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival. There's so much good stuff out there that you really must see, but I want to give a special shout out to these films. The sound design in this is killer. The Deliverer is a 14-minute piece. It's about a fisherman who lives in Toko, whose community is being wiped out in the name of progress and politics. And he meets this guy who gives him an offer, but it's potentially a weighty one. Like, he can help save his village, but at a cost. It's directed by Ron Morales and is produced, written, and starring Paul Price. Lisa Wickham is also involved in this piece, and it has good quality acting from a good quality piece. It also stars Evelyn Caesar Monroe, who plays Joseph Marcel's wife. Joseph Marcel is Paul Price. And they have like this really cool chemistry that works. It also stars Marvin Ishmael, Michael Cherry, and Leslie Ann Levine. I mean, like, I'm watching this thing and I was like, oh my God, it's Michael Cherry. It was a good piece. It was really a good piece. Now, 3 minutes is like a 5-minute piece that is directed by Juliet Macaulay. And it's a story about a couple who is waiting, for the 3 minutes for the pregnancy test to tell them if they are, pregnant. And in that time, so much issues arise. Who has issues with whose mother? Who has issues with whose father? It is like a 3 to 5 minute therapy session. It's really cool. It's funny. It runs the gamut of emotions, as I said, and the musical pairing works well when it is used. Very good stuff. Now, Unfinished Sentences is a film by Marielle Brown. It is a Savant production. It's Marielle Brown deconstructed. Like, I followed Miss Brown's work, and like her piece that she did with Barbara Jardine, I think it was, that documentary was super awesome. But this time, the camera is turned on Marielle and her family. It's beautiful, it's intimate, it strips everything down, and it's like, here's our life. Here's Daddy. It's a daughter's tribute to her father. Her father just happens to be, the great Caribbean luminary, Wayne Brown, who's like poet and writer and columnist and stuff. I mean, I can't begin to tell you how much I loved this piece. This made it into my top 5 during our Loop review. And it also tackles like race and grief, and it explains the father construct as both superhero, Superman, and man, because like there's a difference. It's a documentary piece, but obviously like they have actors playing certain parts. I can't remember the actor's name. This is very sad. Forgive me, good sir. But I do know that Sophie White plays Marielle's mom in the piece. It's like 95 minutes long. It's worth your time to watch. Voir Cafe is a 16-minute piece that was directed by Cassandra Joseph. And it follows a day in the life of Mr. Bertrand Pin Joseph. And he's like this kind of old, weathered dude who goes into the forest and, he picks and makes like real coffee. And he doesn't speak a word of English during the piece, like not a word. It's all patois. And you could still very much follow everything that's happening. And the music adds to the understanding. Y'all know how I feel about music, musical score. You know how I go nuts for that. Like I said, it's 16 minutes, but you're so totally engrossed by it, it just flies by. Now, March of the Mokos is a 21-minute short documentary, which has like an intimate insight into the Mokos, the Moko Jumbies kind of vibe. And the man who, in many ways, is the father of the modern Moko movement, so to speak, Glenn Dragon D'Souza. But it also goes beyond him to show how important Mokos are, not just locally, but like on a global stage. This documentary really and truly should be played in schools. I feel like we need to appreciate stuff like this, and it was put out by the Carnival Institute of Trinidad and Tobago. If you can see it, go see it. This is an 8-minute short, narrative short. It's from Venezuela, and it follows this young man who's going to Elorza to a festival, and he's trying to write this really awesome song for the festival and for his love. And along the way, you know, he meets a group of different people who share their stories of life and love and all that. It's good. It has a nice mellow burn to it, and it's flooded with great music. It's beautifully shot, and the end is very, you know, it's very, very nice. There are English subtitles, so yes, they are speaking Spanish, but you get the English subtitles, and it's really good. And again, it's 8 minutes. And I'm going to give mad props to the Hillview College Photography Club. I feel like every school in this country needs to have a photography and film club. That would be joyful. I didn't go to Hillview. I went to Five Rivers and then to St. Joseph's College because I'm awesome. But I will give much props to Hillview, so I had to talk about this. So Sustainable follows Acceptable. All of them is litter. They do not engage in any sustainable practices at all. Throwing bottles, using, you know, a set of straws, burning down the place. It's a good little 8-minute piece of caring for the environment. And again, it's filmed and produced by Hillview students. It's a Just Kicks production with the Hillview College Photography Club. Well done. Well done. Now, when I saw this film, I was very excited for Same Old Shit because it stars Conrad Paris. What I did not know is that it stars Conrad Paris and Cecilia Salazar. It's directed by Robert McFarlane. And it follows this clearly washed up rock god and like his #1 insanely coked out fan played by Cecilia. And behind scenes here, you have a woman who froze her eggs and his excrement. Yes, you heard me right. She froze his excrement for like 20 years and then confronts him in a bathroom about it. You know, I would like more of this, please. I really would. It's humorous, kind of sad, well acted, 5 minutes. Unbound is a 28-minute piece. It's real. It has a certain amount of rawness to it. It follows Detective Sergeant Mia and this guy who's called Roman. Now, Roman's sister was raped, beaten, and she's in a coma. Mia is a police officer, but she has a dark secret from her past. And both of them want to stop the sex trafficking gangs, and they're led by this really awful dude who's called Rimmer. But Roman is on the vigilante justice side of the thing, and she's trying to be the by-the-law kind of person. It deals with sex trafficking and sex tourism and human trafficking and revenge murders and past dramas. It's good acting, it's good story, directed by David Johnson. I think it was set in Jamaica, that kind of vibe. Really good 28 minutes. If you are an animal lover, you'll adore Venus and Magnet. It follows the story of Venus, the Doggess of Love. Yes, that is her full name, Venus, Doggess of Love. and this tiny bird called Magnet, a chick. It's written and produced and directed by Elspeth Duncan. Elspeth is just so much joy. Elspeth is like joy. And it's shot in black and white and filled with so much color, so much heart. 10 minutes. And there's so much more good stuff that I haven't even got a chance to finish watching. You should go see it. You should totally be there for the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival. These are just like my Weird Tracy picks. I love them. I say kudos to all the filmmakers who put stuff out there. There's so much good stuff out there. You really should support it. And I really feel like the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival should be a month-long thing. This whole 1 week, 2 week scene, really not cutting it. But you know what? We thank you for showcasing your work for the time period that we have. So that's it. That's it. Come back here again. I'm supposed to be putting up my Predator review. See you later. Talk soon.